evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nora Seroussi show. Today we have something a little different. I would like to introduce my guests.
Ioana Mogoş.
Ioana Mogos, I lost something there for a second. And
Tova
ben
Nun-Cherbis
Nun-Cherbis from the Laude-Reut school. Now, there is a very long history between Tova and I, which we will talk about how we met, what we have done together, and what can happen in the future. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
How are we doing?
Wonderful.
Yes?
It's a summer now.
Hallelujah. Vacation.
Yes.
Vacation. We prepare, we're thinking to prepare the new school year on September and thinking about the history. 23 years ago it happened.
20 years.
23 years ago.
23 years. How many years? I think I know you at least 15, 20. No more.
We established,
Yeah.
we start with the kindergarten.
Yeah.
It was in September 1997
Wow.
when I met Laude.
Wow.
Yes. When I met Laude, I thought this is a dream. I never thought that we will be today after 23 years and we will be so happy with the 10th generation of the baccalaureate. And here we have Ioana with us.
Congratulations, because I saw the numbers of the baccalaureate.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing what you're doing. Kol hakavod.
But you know what?
What?
This is the 10th generation, and all the 10 promotions, we succeeded to have 100% successful.
She's something, isn't she?
Yes, indeed.
I wanted to bring you on because I want to show, this is a show anyway about female empowerment and what women can do. We discuss also men. But because I have a personal relationship with you, and my child, Joseph, goes to the school, as most people know, and I have seen such a development with him, and it's such a lovely place. Now I'm going to give you my opinion as a parent on the other side. Because when they had the tennis, the summer school, I sit and talk to the teachers. When he was little, I was in that kindergarten every day. I think they think I worked there. Somebody said, asta blonde lucrez aici. I said, no, I don't lucrez aici, but because I'm here all the time, it's like I work here. Everybody loves to come to the school. It's the kids love it, the teachers love it, and the parents are so happy as a parent that they want to go to school. You don't have to, like, you know, get out. And then when you think, okay, summer vacation, then like, when are we going back to school? I'm like, but we just finished. Give it a break. Let's take some time. That is so important to see. And there are so many people struggling to get into the school because you only have so many places. And that's why I always say, get in as soon as you can, because she's got a waiting list from here till tomorrow. But what you have done with it, it's remarkable. And I say chapeau to you for that.
Look, the environment as a family is a contribution of everybody. But this is our vision. From the beginning, when we decided to open the school, the kindergarten, the idea was to create a community. So our kids and our teachers and the parents, we form a team. Mm-hmm. And due to the reason that the parents cooperate with our vision, with our policy, we succeeded to create this atmosphere. And this atmosphere is a contribution of our activities, of our collaboration with the parents. Why the parents are involved in our activities. And this is the main things.
Now, as a parent, and obviously a Jewish parent here, it's important for us to have that sense of education, which was actually very surprising for me at the beginning, because until Joseph was born, I never was so involved, okay? But when I had the child and he goes to school, that he has a sense of identity. What was surprising and thrilling to me was the fact that the other kids also got involved in it. And they love the holidays. You know, we go to the sukkah for Sukkot. We do Simchat Torah, we do everything. And they really understand what it is. And it's extraordinary to watch it. and they get involved and they understand it. They can almost teach you about it. It's fantastic.
But you know what?
What?
With your permission, I want to go back to the history. This idea belonged to Ronald Laude. He's the president of the World Jewish Congress. About 30 years ago, he used to be the American ambassador to Austria. And the head of the Jewish school there heard that the ambassador, the US ambassador, is a Jewish guy. He invited him to the school, and he suggested him to open schools, Jewish schools around Europe, to give the possibilities to this generation, which their parents suffered, and they hadn't the opportunity to have a Jewish study. So I'm lucky that 24, 25 years ago, I met Ronald. And I met Ronald in a very special occasion in Brussels. It was a World Jewish Congress General Assembly in Brussels. And I was about to go to Paris after this General Assembly, but I decided to go back to Romania. And suddenly I got a phone call from my bosses that he's coming with Ronald. It was Saturday, 3 hours to Bucharest. And they wanted to see us. Why? Because I lead a youth club. You know, I came to Romania as an official mission delegate of the Jewish Agency for Israel. You know, Israel is a small country, and our population is combined from diaspora, from all over the world. Mm-hmm. So in my mission, I came to Romania to convince young people, to offer them the opportunities in Israel. And when Ronald came, it was Saturday, and he asked me to meet our youth. So I said, it's Saturday, I'm not sure. It was in 1996. And you know, in 1996, nobody had mobiles today.
That's true.
And I called 2, 3 students, and not students, youngsters. And it was amazing at that time. Around 30 youngsters came in an hour to the club. I had a wonderful club with the ideology, a special club. Why? We teach them the actualia in Israel, around the world, and culture. And we had youth activities. They were the leaders of the activities. I was a coordinator. And Ronald came to the club, was 30 youngsters, and he asked them, he was so excited because Ronald so loved kids. And he said, look, I'm so excited, I want to give you a gift. What kind of gift you need? They said, it was in 1996, we want internet computer. And he went back to United States. He told his team that he met a special woman, and he wanted this woman would join to the family, to the Laude family. It's true, you know, it's true. It's happened once alive, what's happened to me. And I received a phone call from United States, from his general director. She said, Marjorie is her name. She said, Tova, I heard from Ronald that you are a very special person, that he wants so much that you will join to us. When we will meet? I said, I will come. When? So we met once in New York and again in Jerusalem, and we received the bless from the Jewish Agency. At that time was Avram Burg, the head of the Jewish Agency. We received funds for computers, funds for maid to prepare. You know, came students from all over Romania. 24 hours a day they've been in our club. The parents call me, Tova, what are they doing there? 24 hours a day. They come and see. And we teach them how to use the computers. It was in 1996. And Ronald asked me to open a kindergarten. It was a dream. When I went to the authorities to find a place, everybody helped me. I went to the mayor of the city, I went to the Ministry of Education. Really, what we have today is is because the authorities understood what we want to do, and they become solidar with us, with our activity, a part of our activities. And the result is today that we are 23 years. On September, we'll celebrate the 23 years from the day we started. And we have a lot of partnerships. And Ioana, she is a byproduct of our partnership. Can you talk about?
I wanted to ask her about that.
Yes.
Yes, now I have recently finished the 12th grade in Laude, and I am really grateful for this incredible experience. It cannot be compared to any other high school experience due to the partnership that Tova has mentioned. And now I am going to study at the IDC Herzliya that the school has a partnership with, and I'm going to study diplomacy, a course that I have started in Laude and for which I have developed a passion in the 9th grade. And this is how I discovered what I would like to do in the future and what I would like to focus my career on.
Congratulations are in order, because I understand you also got a scholarship, correct?
Yes, in the 9th grade I got a scholarship at Laude due to my performance in middle school and on account of some exams I took in order to get in Laude. And I'm really grateful for this scholarship because it offered me the Laude experience, which I have mentioned does not compare to any other high school experience.
This is what's unique about the school, is the diplomacy and the push for education. And I was actually reading some of what's on the site, and I was not aware that Romania actually has a very low record of the financial education. I wasn't aware of that we are considered as a country, you know, not so well educated, and I appreciate that you're trying to bring up the standard.
With your permission, I want to, again, to go back. You know, the first promotion of the kindergarten, they dictate us the future. Because of them, we are today in the 10th generation. I never thought that I will open a school in Romania. I thought it will be finished in the kindergarten. And what happened in the kindergarten, parents that I never met them, they took their kids from the 1st grade in the public school and they brought them to our school. So the first promotion they finished, they had 20 years old, around 19, 20 years old. Now when they arrived onto the 4th grade, they asked to be the 5th grade to open. So we opened the 5th grade. And when we arrived to the 8th grade, they want high school. I became to be afraid.
I remember all this.
High school is something different. You know, I went to the Ministry of Education and I told him the story. And I asked him to send an inspector to stay with us 1 month from morning till night to see if really we are preparing for opening a high school. He said, why you need it? There are a lot of inspectors that come to you, yes? I said, yes, but I need it because there are many inspectors that are coming to the history, mathematica, I don't know, geography, but they said 2, 3 hours. This is not enough. We drink coffee, we laugh. I wish that will come a commission to see it and to check every you know, everything in the school, what we have in the school. Human resources, administrative, pedagogic, kids, talk to the parents to see if really we are preparing for this. The general inspector invite me and said, what happened to you? Why you need it? I said, I want to be sure that we are ready. So what do you want? There are a lot of commissions. A commission that are coming for a few hours. What does it mean you have many? I want the hard commission. I have no problem. I want to be sure that we are answering to the exactly to the criteria to open a high school. So I said, okay, the hard commission is RODIS. I said, okay, I didn't know at that time what is RODIS. Okay, they will come, they will sit in the school 7 days. Wonderful. 8 people. Wonderful, I said. I came back to the school and I met the management, the teachers, and I told them, you know what you did? You invite to your house enough. What? I said, look, you say that we are everybody said that you are doing a good job, so why you have to afraid?
Exactly.
I need a certificate to be sure that we are doing everything at the level that a good high school must be. So they came, they sit 7 days, and they meet the people, they meet the kids, they sit in the school, in the lessons, everything. They check the copybooks, discussion, individual. It was free, for them to talk with everybody in the school. They told me that never it's happened in Romania. It is originally that somebody asked to come and check the school every domain.
Every facet. I'm sure most schools don't want that.
So, we receive a certificate that we are ready to open in high school. Now become another problem. We
have to build it.
We need a principal for high school. And I was so happy that we find a very good principal, Miruna Karyanopoulos. Unfortunately, she was unable, because of health, she was unable to continue to be with us. But she continued to build, also with the Reka, Reka, yes. She's a chemistry teacher in our school. And today, we celebrate the 10th generation. It is wonderful. It is wonderful why? That the authorities help you. Look, I never thought to do it. When I came to the authorities with the idea, everybody helped me. The new school is by product of a good cooperation. And now we continue to have cooperation. And really, I have no problem with the color of the politics party. I have no problem. For my goal, every color, I'm sure that will cooperate.
We're talking about education here, which for me is first and foremost the most important. And I think people have heard me say that before. In a country, the most important thing first that people who have to be taken care of are the teachers. Next are the doctors, the health, and the third is the police and security. But number one is the education of the people, because that's the future. It's so important. Now, people may not be aware that you go now from kindergarten to high school, okay? And I love the system of having the same teacher for 4 years, then another 4 years, and that way the kids grow and the teachers can watch the development. It's a very reassuring thing, because when I grew up in Canada, it was a different system. You had homerooms, you had different teachers, it was completely different. I love this system because they can see, and he feels comfortable, and now they're introducing more and more subjects as he gets older. It makes everybody very relaxed, and that's why I said I've spent so much time. I practically live in the school, that I can talk about it very well. Because I remember one of the parents said to me, I wish you were there every day. I said, I have other things to do. I go to the office when he sleeps for his nap. This is not the way to run things, but we juggle it. How many years ago did I meet you? Because I was trying to remember when I was driving over.
We met, I think it was 25, 26, 27 years ago.
Because when I told Joseph that, with the gala that you do every year, and I said, Mommy has been going to the gala before you're born, and he was like, really? And I said, Joseph, I've been going to this gala like 15, 20 years before you even thought of. He's not even 12. He'll be 12 this year. And I said, we have a whole history. I said, Saba, my daddy, was involved in the school. He built part of the school. It's named after you. And he didn't understand it when he was young, but when he actually did a class in Seroussi house, I said, now you have to understand the story. I never thought I was going to get pregnant. So when I actually had the child, and we had done the opening of the thing, and I was like, And Tova said to me, he's going to go to the school. I was like, my God, this is amazing. Do you remember what happened with the furniture?
Yes.
You don't know this story, Ioana. Life is very strange how things happen. So I was opening a bistro in Mall Vitan, okay, Bucharest Mall. And I had arranged to get rid of the furniture because we were building the next day. And this smarty pants loaded the truck and then gave my driver like a few €100. I was like, what? I said, what is that? That's not what we agreed. So my driver, Christy, at the time called me. What should I do? I said, don't do anything. Sit right there. I called Tova. I said, tell me, do you need furniture for your school? Yes. You need this? Yes. I said, send a truck. She goes, how big? I said, big. Send a big truck. She sent me the truck. I made this fool unload everything, took it to the school, and I said, I slept very well at night. I'm sure he was cursing. So when Joseph was born, I went into the school, and I said, oh my God, my child is sitting on the bench. This is like, who would have thought? And do you know, I forgot to tell you this, somebody came to my house and said, oh, those are the tables from Laude. You took them. I said, no, genius. I gave it to them. Did you know that?
Yeah, yes.
I was like, really? I said, actually, I was...
You take it from Laude?
Yeah, you took it from Laude. I said, no, actually, I gave it to Laude, but never mind.
No, it was very nice.
It's very cute because they're like, I recognize those tables. I said, well, you should. So it's very funny how the whole thing happened, and Joseph wasn't even a part of this yet. And but the first thing I did, I called her up and I said, send me a truck. You want to be clever for me? Keep it. I'm giving it as a donation and enjoy it. So when I looked at the stuff after, I thought, my God, it is so funny how things happen in life. I remember that. So we've had a relationship and a friendship for many years. And my daddy was a big supporter of the school. And,
yes.
you know, the funny thing, I said, Dad, did you ever think, God rest his soul, my daddy, that your grandchild would be going? I mean, it was amazing. And we're very comfortable there. And then I remember when we got my friend Jimmy was here from Kansas, and I said, we need a computer room. He made a computer room. And, you know, just because everybody wants to make it work and wants to push it along, it's such a lovely feeling. What did you feel? How did you feel? You got all of this when you were in the school?
Yes, I mean, the school has a lot of equipment and a lot of labs and all the equipment needed to make this experience more enjoyable academically, and also with the colleagues, because as Tova said, we are a family, and even though we hear it so often, it is not just a simple cliche, it is the core value that stands at the foundation of the school. And everything in Laude, from equipment to people, is unique, and it gives you such a satisfaction when I look back at this recently finished 4 years, and I'm really glad I've been part of this high school and of this experience.
I have watched some of these kids grow. I have listened to them speak. I'm very impressed with the level of their English, that they can go to Brussels and they can make speeches, and this is where they're headed, is the diplomacy route.
I think that you participated to the ambassador.
Yes.
You can tell the story, and I think that you
Tell me about the
won,
two-day
no?
ambassador.
Yes. Ever since I was in the 9th grade, I wanted to participate in the Today Ambassador Conference because I knew how prestigious it was for the school. In the 10th grade, I was brave enough to participate, but in the 11th grade, I got to represent the Embassy of the United States, and I won the 3rd prize. It was really a very interesting experience because I got to talk with the representatives of the embassy, and I got to hear a lot more inside of the bilateral relations between Romania and the US. And then I got to hold a speech and present these ideas, but in a UN speech manner. And I guess this is what got me the 3rd prize that I'm really proud of.
Do you envision yourself continuing down this route?
Yes, I really do envision myself on this route because Due to Laude's extracurricular activities, I got to discover my passions. At first, I tried a lot of domains. I started with diplomacy, robotics, informatics, and then I saw for myself that I inclined to go on this path of diplomacy, and this is what I would like to study in the future and also do in the future.
You see, it's very important she has direction.
That during the high school,
Yeah.
they have 2-3 years to see, to digest, you know, in which direct they have the passion. It's very interesting.
It's very important. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
Focus and knowing where you want to go, because luckily you have that option. You know, sometimes I see kids, and not in this school, but let's say in other schools, I know, what do you want to do? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I think it's terrific that at a younger age you can figure it out. It makes the journey in life and the path much easier.
Yes, indeed. As you mentioned, I think that it is really important to experience a wide range of domains from a young age, because this is how you discover your skills, your passions, you know what you are good at, and you can shape a path for your future career. For example, when I discovered the fact that I am interested in diplomacy, I had to see if I'm good at it. And I started participating in contests at MUN conferences, at Today Ambassador Conference, and these conferences and competitions proved me that I can do this, that I am equipped with the knowledge and skills, obviously at my level, at my high school level, to pursue this path in the future.
So I want to ask you a question. Who is your biggest support behind this?
Well, my biggest support, apart from my family, my mother, my father, I would definitely say that the school is my biggest support, was my biggest support. Firstly, for making me, helping me discover this passion, and also for all the partnerships and for all the activities that help me improve my abilities and my skills. And yes, as I said, for all these diplomatic partnerships with embassies, with the participation at different diplomatic events to get an insight of this diplomatic world, I think this has been the biggest support and, let's say, a catalyst for my passion.
I just came from the Canadian Embassy this afternoon. One of the diplomats is leaving. And it was very interesting because they become like a family, 4 years, 4 years. I find it fascinating because I don't think I could do it. It makes my life somewhere 4 years and move 4 years. It takes a very unique individual. Excuse me. But they also become like a family, and it's, if someone wants to do that, the opportunity to travel, to live in different places, to move around, meet all kinds of new people, learn a new language. And he said something very sweet. He said, it's not just because people say about the people. He said, I fell in love with the country, which really, it was a lovely speech this afternoon. And that's why I knew we were coming and discussing about diplomacy today. I thought, oh, how perfect is this? They really love what they do, and you have to love that, because it's not a static thing. You know, if you get to that level, and I'm assuming we're talking about this level, because I remember you mentioned something about that, that you see her future in a certain direction. Right?
Yes. You know what? What we are giving to our students is to test, you know, to try business, marketing, communication, diplomacy, law, because we teach also legal business. We teach public speaking, debate. Now, if they choose one of them, and in the first year, and they wish to move to another course, they have the opportunity, no problem. And it's good. But if they start with diplomacy and they continue the 3 years, that means that they are in the right direction for the future. Now, if you study diplomacy, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a diplomat. You can, in every field, you need to be diplomat. In every field, you need to be diplomat.
I'll drink to that.
And I know it from my experience.
You're much more of a diplomat than I am, that's for sure.
From my experience.
I have a big mouth.
But
That's the problem.
you know, but I'm so happy that we decided to open the school, the high school, with this direction, and not as the other public schools. I didn't want to do what the public school is doing 100%. I wanted to do the curriculum of the public school because I discovered that the Romanian baccalaureate is accepted everywhere. You have to do, and we are doing all the steps of the English till the Cambridge is the last certificate. And I discovered that the international baccalaureate is a business. And I say to myself, Tova, this is a risk for you. Maybe you will not be able to resist because you have to send teachers abroad to study. I wonder what you will do if after 2 or 3 years they will leave. And it's happened. Mm-hmm. So I decided to continue with the Romanian curriculum, and it's very good. I'm sure, I'm so happy that I decided to go to this direction with the Romanian curriculum and to help the students to prepare them with all the certificate that they need to go to United States, to go to Europe, and to go to Israel. And it's so wonderful. Our students, they are around the world.
They have gone everywhere.
They are
I saw
everywhere.
the list.
We have 2 students that they won a New York University scholarship. Only one went, at least. The other one remained here and is one of the best students in the Polytechnica. The one who went to New York University, Virgil,
Yes.
he came to visit us last week. He finished the New York University. And you know where he's going? In probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow he started? In Luxembourg, in Amazon.
Really?
Yes. And I'm so happy that our alumni, they came back home and they keep in touch. This is very important. Personally, it's very important for me.
Well, I would want to know where
Yes.
they're going, what they're doing.
And we have so many students, that they are now in Europe. And when they come to visit their parents, they come to school. And I'm sure that, and I base on our alumni. Our alumni is the future of the school. You will be the supporter of the future in our school. And I'm so happy that, we have a partnership with IDC Herzliya. IDC Herzliya is a university in the level of Harvard. Our students, they are going yearly there. And once a year, they send to us speakers. And really, I'm proud that we have the partnership so many years, and we have already a few students that they finished the IDC Herzliya. One of them is now Danica Consigliere in the European Parliament, David Morarescu. He finished IDC Herzliya and then the master on Brussels. Another one, Alex Klein, is in the government now.
Super.
He finished IDC Herzliya and then he finished master in Budapest.
You want no pressure.
Yeah, it's so really I'm proud. Why I mention this? I mention this because I see that the idea to prepare you during the high school to test different directions, it is very important. And we see the results.
No pressure.
Indeed.
But when you look at the record and you see where they've gone and what they've done, I would think it will encourage you, and you say, wow, because these are all classmates and they're going different directions in different countries, because I was looking at the list. And they really have gone everywhere. It's not just concentrated in Europe or, the few colleges, let's say. I think what you've done is amazing.
You know why? Because the vision, Ronald Lauder vision, I continue to keep it. You know, Ronald, 3 years ago, he decided to give us to be independence. Graduation. We celebrate the graduation day. I don't know if you've been.
I was there, yeah.
You know, it was, you know, one eyes cry and one eye was happy. Why? Because he said, Tova, you look, you did a good job. Now you will become independent. But this is the life, you know, like you are living now your parents and you're going to be independent to take care. But I'm so happy that Ronald helped us so many years and really Ronald,
bless him, he had a vision.
Yes,
And
I continue
he picked
to
the right
keep his
person
vision.
to do it. No,
and I
because-
continue to keep his vision.
Yeah.
And his vision was to be generous in education. And this is the secret in our results, in our family environment. Because I'm not looking to the dividend at the end of the school year. We are not, I manage as a good business.
It is a business, let's be
Yes.
honest. Every school,
But
it's a business.
It's a business, but not a business in a meaning of taking the dividend at the end of the school year, because this is a foundation. It's non-profit. But you have to manage it as a good and excellent business to ensure that you will have everything and never you will say, I haven't enough. And touch wood, I'm so happy that I have so many friends in Romania, local and expert. They help us with donations. You know, yearly I'm doing a fundraising. I learned to raise funds. Today I had a meeting.
She's very good at it, by the way.
I'm obliged to raise funds, you know, because the extra activities that we are doing in the school, it is impossible to do without help of the you know, different organization, different businessmen. Today I had a meeting with the First Bank. Just an example. I offered them, I said, look, I have a strategic agreement with Vizionare. Strategic agreement, that means that they help us in a strong way, yes. I'm not going to say that you, as a First Bank, you will come in the same level, because it's not fair toward the Vizionare. But join to us and be a partner in education. And I offer them, you know what, to be a part of the public speaking courses.
And what did they say?
And we will name the public speaking courses First Bank Public Speaking.
And what
Yes.
did they say?
They love the idea.
Okay, good.
But the same way I choose with the I'm a dialogue, probably it will happen with Estee Lauder. I asked them that because Estee Lauder have so many business, yes, the business is amazing of Estee Lauder. So I offer them that they will have the title of the business courses of the media and communication. They love the ideas.
She's good. She's so good.
You know? So I call friends to join, to be friends of Laude-Reut School, to be friends of the Laude-Reut School, because we have a lot of friends. And once a year we meet in the parliament, in the gala. You know, and the gala is the yearly fundraising. So I'm open. If somebody watch now TV and they know our school, I call him to be in touch with us and to join, to be in our circle. I have a board of trustees. I established a board of trustees with wonderful people. I'm so happy and proud that the Israeli ambassador is leading the board of trustees as an honorable president. And I have many diplomats, former ministers, that they belong to our board of trustees. as Cristian Diagonescu, as Adrian Cioroianu, as Luca Nicolaescu, as Emil Horozianu, as Lazar Comanescu, former ministers. And I have former parents that they are lawyers. And I have friends from a Jewish Israeli organization from university here. So I'm so proud I see our ambassador. You know,
Yeah,
you said that you don't know if you work in the school. The same David Zaranga said. Sometimes I don't know if I am a part of the staff in this school. David is the best of the best of the best ambassador.
Oh, that's nice to hear. But that's the whole point, to get people involved, and
Yes.
they all come together, and I notice he spends time. And I think a few weeks ago I was in London, but you told me that the group is coming from Laude, from Ronald's team,
Yes.
just at the beginning of the summer holidays. I missed that meeting, but I'm sure it went very well. I usually see them all at the gala, when I see Jonathan and all the rest, which is nice that they come and they support it. I see every day what you do and how they speak, and very impressive also because of the level.
You
For
see,
me,
our ambassador is
I
with
see.
our students.
Yeah,
It is wonderful. It's amazing.
and I see the
You know
level
what is
of English.
this? This is
No, what
Laude
is this?
Moon.
What is it?
Laude Moon, Model United Nations. Can you tell us?
Okay, tell me about this.
Yes, I think I also mentioned before that my passion for diplomacy was also fed by the Model UN conferences. These are some conferences that simulate real United Nations conferences and committees. And we also have our own conference, Laude-Reut. I've been part of this conference for 3 years. In my final year, I couldn't because I had to focus on the national exams. But it is a really amazing experience, and I have got to see how it progressed from year to year. And I can say that all the next generations have made it even a better experience, and I'm sure it will progress in the future. It is what I like about these conferences is that you get to see what the life of a diplomat really is. You get to represent countries, and you have to discuss different controversial issues, and it really tests your ability to represent your country's interests, but in a diplomatic manner. You have to do your best to protect your interest and respect your country policy. So these conferences really help me see what.
I would think it gives you also a degree of confidence that you can go and do that.
Yes, I think it is one of the biggest achievements that you get after all of these conferences. The self-confidence that you can pursue this path, and also if you win different awards, best delegate, honorary mention.
That's
I think
always
this
encouraging.
Yes, this is really encouraging, and it gives you a boost of confidence.
What can I say?
And you know what?
What?
I'm so happy with the relation with the students. In the last Laude-Reut, one of the ladies came to me, our students, and she said, look, this is the last year that I will participate in the Laude-Reut. And unfortunately, I didn't succeed to get a prize during to the ambassador. I think that because we participate in this competition, it's good, it will be very nice if we will receive a award that we participate. We didn't win, but we participate. I said, Irina, you convinced me. It gave them honor and satisfaction. And you know what? I love the fact that they are proud to receive this award. And you know, this will be a memory for till 100 years old. No?
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
It's very nice.
I see how the kids react to you. There's
You saw
so
the
much
book.
love.
The book
Yes,
with all the prizes.
it was amazing. I want to say thank you very much, ladies, for joining me and telling everybody about it. And hopefully they will look at the pictures and they've seen how much you've done. I would like to say thank you for joining us and see you next time. Good night.